Hi everyone, I'm Aniflix and welcome to That's a Wrap. Here on That's a Wrap, I'm going to bring you top 10 list of all your favorite classics and new release movies from all genres. And since this is a holiday season, I thought it'd be fun to kick things off with my top 10 Christmas movie list. So let's get started. My number 10 pick is Four Christmases, released in 2008. Brad and Kate have mastered the art of dodging family holidays, but when their Christmas getaway falls apart, they're stuck spending the day visiting all four of their divorced parents' homes. Each visit is more awkward and chaotic than the one before, dredging up embarrassing memories and past family drama. As the craziness escalates, cracks start to show in their relationship, forcing them to face questions they've been avoiding, and turning a disastrous Christmas into a surprisingly eye-opening one. My number 9 pick is Love Actually, released in 2003. Love Actually follows 8 different people in London as they deal with love in all of its messy, funny, and heartfelt through grief, growing up, and relating to each other. As Christmas Eve rolls around, all their stories come together in celebration of love, romance, family, and friendship. My number 8 pick is The Holdovers, released in 2023. The Holdovers takes place in the 70s and centers around Paul Giamatti, who plays Paul Hunnam, a cranky boarding school teacher who gets stuck babysitting students over Christmas break. When the remainder of the students eventually leave, Paul finds that there is one student left, Angus, a smart but troubled teen whose family ditches him for the holidays. Paul and Angus are joined by Mary, the school's cook, who's quietly dealing with the loss of her son in the Vietnam War. It turns into a touching story about loneliness, healing, and finding comfort, and a sense of family where you least expect it. My next pick is Snow Globe, released in 2007, starring Christina Milian as Angela Moreno, a single, hard-working woman who's lost her Christmas spirit somewhere along the way. When Angela is given a mysterious snow globe, she quickly finds that it turns out to be more than just decoration. It pulls her into a cozy, simplistic life in a Christmas village where the holiday magic never ends. While there, she meets friendly townfolk and a handsome yet wholesome guy who helps her slow down and remember what love, family, and tradition really means. Torn between the perfect world inside the snow globe and her real life, Angela has to figure out where she truly belongs. Snow Globe is a feel-good holiday romance about rediscovering Christmas magic and what really makes the season special. My number 6 pick is Mr. St. Nick, released in 2002. Nick, Santa's fun-loving son, has been living the high life as Miami's most eligible bachelor with zero responsibility until he finds out he's supposed to be the next Santa. The news comes at the most inconvenient time, especially since commitment isn't exactly on his list of priorities. Whether it's family business or his girlfriend Heidi Gerdell, who partners with Nick's agent, Hector, to swindle money from donations made through their online Christmas charity with intent to leave Nick holding the bag. With Christmas only a few days away, Nick finds himself involved in a sort of love triangle between Heidi and Lorena, his newly hired cook, as he tries to clear his name and become the next Santa. This movie is a light, feel-good holiday comedy about finding your purpose, stepping up, and learning that Christmas isn't a time for greed, but love. Little Women, released in 2019, is my number 5 pick. It follows the March sisters, Jo, Meg, Beth, and Amy, as they grow up, chase their dreams, and figure out who they want to be during and after the Civil War. Each sister has her own path. Jo wants to be a writer and refuses to settle. Meg is drawn to love and family. Beth is gentle and selfless, and Amy is ambitious and determined to make a name for herself. The movie jumps back and forth through different moments in their lives, showing their close family bond, sibling rivalry, big dreams, and painful losses. As they get older, the sisters go their separate ways, but stay deeply connected, supporting one another through love, heartbreak, and some tough choices. Greta Gerwig's take feels warm and modern, turning the classic story into a modern emotional look at family, growing up, and finding happiness on your own terms. What makes this a perfect holiday movie is that we get to enjoy Christmas moments through the March as family celebration, demonstrating heartfelt moments, togetherness, and tradition. My number 4 pick is The Holiday, released in 2006. Amanda, a high-powered movie trailer producer in LA, and Iris, a mild-mannered newspaper writer, living in a cozy English village, are both dealing with heartbreak right before Christmas. To escape their heartbreak, they meet online and decide to swap houses for the holidays, hoping a change of scenery will help them move on. While in England, Amanda experiences a simpler kind of life. Upon meeting Iris's charming brother Graham, things seem to heat up quickly. While back in LA, Iris finds her confidence, befriends her elderly neighbor, who happens to be a former Hollywood screenwriter, and sparks a new romance with a fun-loving composer. As the holidays approach, both women start to find happiness through new beginnings. The Holiday is a fun, feel-good Christmas romance about fresh starts and finding love. A Christmas Carol, released in 1984, is my number 3 pick. A Christmas Carol started as a novella Charles Dickens wrote in just 6 weeks back in 1843. It's been retold over 100 times on TV and in movies ever since. I have chosen the 1984 adaptation with George C. Scott as Scrooge. The story follows Ebenezer Scrooge, a grumpy, tight-fisted owner of a counting house who dislikes people and Christmas. The story opens on Christmas Eve when he's visited by the ghost of his former partner, Jacob Marley, who warns Ebenezer that he will end up like him, a lonely spirit forced to travel the world after death and witness all the things in life he can no longer share. At night, he's visited by 3 spirits who take Scrooge on an eye-opening journey through his past, present, and future, forcing him to face abandonment and lost love, as well as a bleak ending if he doesn't change his ways. My number 2 pick is It's a Wonderful Life, released in 1946. This movie is centered around the life of George Bailey, a good-hearted guy who spends his whole life putting everyone before himself in his small hometown of Bedford Falls. Throughout the story, we watch as George gives up his own dreams again and again to help his family and neighbors while running the local building and loan and standing up to the town's ruthless, money-grubbing villain, Mr. Potter. On Christmas Eve, George's life crumbles when trouble at the building and loan spells panic for George, making him wish he had never been born. It's then that we see Clarence, his well-intended guardian angel, who steps in and grants his wish. This movie carries you on an emotional ride, which shows just how much George's small, everyday kindness affected the lives of his family and the people he knew in Bedford Falls. Which brings me to my number 1 pick, The Christmas Ring, released in 2025. The Christmas Ring is a heartfelt holiday story about family, love, loss, and memories tied to family heirlooms. This story focuses on a ring that has sentimental attachment to a long, meaningful history that connects past and present, especially during the Christmas season. This story follows Vanessa, a military widow, searching for a ring her great-grandfather found on D-Day, and that's been in her family ever since. Her search leads her to Ben, a handsome, thoughtful antique dealer. Things unfold as the two slowly grow closer, allowing them to discover more of the ring's backstory. When Ben and his father discover how valuable the ring really is, things become complicated as they're forced with the dilemma of what truly matters. This story is a good example of love, hope, and sacrifices, 3 things that show what Christmas is really about. Well, here's a recap of my top 10 family Christmas movies. Hope you enjoyed my movie picks. For more top 10 videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. I'm Ani Flix with That's a Wrap. Thank you for watching. Hope you have happy holidays, and I'll see you next time.